give you an extremely valuable tip that I kind of forgot to give you guys earlier. Turn them into good nutrients. So it takes out toxins from the water and turns it into... What's up everybody? Welcome back. Today we are doing something a bit different. It's not nice to be out there. The swell's a bit too big and the currents are buggering us a bit. So I'm going to show you something new, something different. Today we're going to set up a semi-permanent live well setup to keep your liveys up and going for what I would guess about 3 to 4 weeks before stuff starts getting a bit out of hand. But hopefully this helps you guys in keeping liveys alive and well. I need to do it here in Buffalo's because I can't collect liveys with a cast net, which is a bit of a bummer, but it's because Buffalo's is a protected nature area and you're not allowed to collect bait with a cast net inside of it. So I'm going to show you guys how I do this, what I do. I do have some experience in saltwater fish tanks, so I'm going to try and give some of that knowledge just to understand why and how and the reasons why certain filter media is important and all this stuff. And hopefully you guys learn something from that. Hopefully it adds to your fishing array or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, stick around and enjoy. Woo. Right, so we decided it's going to be easier to go get it with the bucky at the jetty, because I can reverse the bucky literally down to the water level and then bring it here. Should be a bit easier. So yeah.
It's like a knob on the steering wheel.
It's the weirdest angle ever.
It's gonna be so cool.
Hopefully guys enjoy this angle we've got going here. It's quite a funny angle. I just had to put the clamp somewhere and I thought, oh, let's put it on the steering wheel, see what happens. Good, Mike. Good luck. Yes. Woo.
Hello, lift me swift.
Ja,
With your back.
hand.
Toes.
Mooi. Tilt your side in and we can roll it in. Okay.
Whoa!
Sit down. 2, 3.
I'll lift up, you walk slowly up the stairs. Yay! Yay! Okay.
That's it? Down. Oh. How much did we have left, Mike?
Quite a bit.
Oh, that's almost there. That's pretty good. That should be enough, I think. Right, so really going to talk you guys through the filter media of this canister filter. So just most of them flip open like this on the sides, and then the whole top section comes off. Just get it off. And this is just your pump. That's what draws the water in and pushes it back out. Not that much to it. There's an inlet and an outlet. These two pipes going in and out of it. And yeah, any canister filter should do the job. And then we have our filter boxes and just the bottom foot, the container that pushes and pulls, or that directs the flow. So basically what happens with a canister filter is it sucks in water from the inlet and it sucks it through these filter things. So the water goes through the pipe, through the pump, and into this little socket here, this hole. The water gets pushed down all the way through. Quickly take off one by one. Through there, in there, in there, and then pushes it out at the bottom here. And you can see in here there's a finer filter material and then a coarser filter material. So let's start at the bottom. So obviously it pushes the water all the way through to the bottom of the container, and then it starts pulling it through from the bottom. So the first one it's hitting is this coarse sponge. Now this coarse sponge is what's going to catch the biggest pieces, the biggest material that that the fish produce, the waste, the poop, leftover food, anything like that. Then it goes into the finer filter material. This will then remove the smaller particles, and by this time there shouldn't be visible particles within your water. So if you just wanted to take out big debris, this would be it. Then we move into the second compartment, which I'll clip on. And in this compartment there's nothing else in it. It's just a bag of what they call activated charcoal. This takes out any hard metals, any impurities, basically anything in the water that you don't want your fish to be consuming, taking in. So ammonia, it's all the macromolecules. So ammonia, nitrates, nitrites. It's going to start removing all of these. I want to almost say some of them are toxins, some of them are good, but in general it removes a lot of the toxins out of the water. We pop that in there. Just going to fold it over a bit so it fits a bit better. It doesn't have to cover the whole thing. Water will pass through it, pass by it, and the charcoal will do its magic. Then we get to the magic of it all. This is just ceramic little, I want to say, pipey things. They have an extremely high surface area. If you were to feel them, they're quite coarse, quite porous. If porous is probably the best word. And what these serve as is they serve as surface area for these bacteria that we would like to grow within the water. Bacteria is what takes all the bad nutrients and turn them into good nutrients. So it takes our toxins from the water and turns it into pure clean water. And that's what we want. We want this whole thing to be colonized by beneficial bacteria. There's bad bacteria, and then we have what we call beneficial bacteria. And this just creates a living substrate for these bacteria. And that then goes at the top. It's our last filtration for the water. And this whole thing then pops into our canister filter. See, there's a bit of dust in there. It's not a big deal. It should get filtered out quite quick. And all of that dust should just be ceramic, which is inert, so it should be fine. The main reason why I'm using a filter and not a pump is because I want to be able to keep my stuff for a bit longer, and the biological bacteria will ensure that the water stays clean, pure for much longer. The problem is we are going to have to let this run for a few days to colonize with bacteria. There is already bacteria in the salt water that we collected, natural, very good for the fish, and we want this filter to get colonized by these bacteria. So let's pop everything back together. This is just a little, I want to say, seal, and we can pop our pump system on it. Make sure those pipes fit into each other, give it a good wiggle down, and then make sure we clip these all in, clipped in, and we'll slide this whole contraption back into the canister itself. That's why they call it a canister filter. Chuck all of that back in there, and then it should fit quite snugly. You take these clips, clip them all in, and there it is. That filter is completely ready and set up. What we're going to do now is, I've already went ahead and assembled the outlets and the inlets. We'll go ahead and pop these into our tank and then connect everything up and switch it on to let it run for a few days. Right, so first I'm going to do my inlet where the water is being sucked up into the pump. What you normally want to try and do is you want to orientate so that all the water pushes the debris and stuff into your inlet. So I'm going to try and position this on the one side and the outlet on the other side. It should push a lot of the debris and stuff in the water all the way over to our inlet. Let's connect the pump up. I'm placing my pump on this side. What I'll end up doing is I'll run my pipes. Let's just see my outlet. This is the pipe that goes to the outlet. There's little writing on the canister filters that helps you with that. I'm going to run this pipe behind the back here, connect it up on this side. Just try and show you, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Take it off for now. Just run it up on the pipe. Make sure it's a snug fit, make sure it wants to be on there, but it just ensures no leaking here. That's the last thing you want, is for one of these to come undone and this filter just pumping empty your whole tank. You screw these down to make sure it's not going anywhere, and then we can stick this thing back on. So scrap that, I'm not putting it on that side just because of the pipe just not being long enough to go all the way around. I'm going to put it on this side, try and push it this way, and it should circulate back into this side. So yeah, there we go, got our outlet set up. Let's move you guys around. Now we're doing our inlet. Wiggle it on. It's quite hard to do, but it should do the job. And then you just screw this down, ensuring that it keeps the pipe cinched down and not going to leak. Don't want to over tighten it. It is plastic on plastic, so don't want to break it or strip it. What we can do now is I'm going to quickly plug it in, and then this one has quite a fancy feature where you just pump it up here and it sucks in water for you, because you need water in the system obviously to be able to let it run. Right, so I've gone ahead and set up the whole thing. It is quite a struggle getting pressure throughout the system. You'll see sometimes it sucks air bubbles and it does struggle to get pressure build-up, but as soon as you get the whole system full of water, it works really well. What you want to do is you want to fill this bucket up at the bottom with water, and then you want these pipes to fill them up as well. So what I did was I just took this, held it a bit higher, let the water fill it up with water, and then put the pipe inside it, so that it just creates almost a downwards flow with gravity to fill up the pipes. And as you can see, here's my inlet where the water's been sucked up from the bottom, and this is my outlet, and this is exactly what I'm looking for, these aeration bubbles basically, and that should keep our fish very happy. I'm going to have to fill it up a bit more, up until about there, just to keep my volume a bit higher. And yeah, now the next step is to let this thing basically run for about 2-3 days. I'm gonna put some little pieces of filly in here just to get the bacteria, give the bacteria something to feed on. And yeah, stick around. The next step will be to add some fish into the system. It's been about 4 days. System's been running good. We've went ahead and collected some mullets. We did catch them at the jetty here in Buffs on pillies, but yeah, as you can see, everything's still going good. I went and collected some extra water in that bucket, and then this thing is filled with liveys, with mullets, and a few streppies are also in there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and chuck those in, see how they go, and yeah, hopefully they survive, hopefully they stay strong for quite a while, and yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed a nice underwater shot. And yeah, that's how you do it basically. I'll update you guys in a few days just to let you guys know if they're all living or whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this was informative. Hope you guys learned something, and maybe you guys want to set up a box as well for your liveys because it's hard to get them. Now you know how this is a L.A.S system that works quite well. And yeah, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. Obviously it helps a lot. And yeah, just go watch all the videos. It does help quite a bit. It's been, I don't know how long, but it's been a few days now. I'm going to show you how they're doing and give you an extremely valuable tip that I kind of forgot to give you guys earlier. We have no upside down fish. They all look very healthy, very good. I'll give you guys an underwater shot now as well, but what I wanted to show you is, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a piece of duct tape and stick it on the waterline right there, and that's so that I know what the water level should be at. So fun, awesome trick with a saltwater fish tank. As water vaporizes from the tank or the setup, the water level will drop, and the wrong thing to do is to fill it up with salt water again, because what happens is, as water vaporizes, only the fresh water vaporizes from the system, and what you want to do is you just want to replace that fresh water. Otherwise, if we keep adding salt water, the salt content will increase constantly, and it will eventually kill your fish if it gets too high. But basically the trick is to always have a line and then just fill it up with normal tap water. Tap water will do fantastic. It depends where you live and how bad your tap water might be, but tap water should be 100% fine. Rainwater obviously even better. But yeah, I thought you guys might want to know that, and I'll pop you guys in here, show you how these oaks are doing. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys got a way of doing it maybe. And yeah, the basics are, you need a canister filter, you need a container, and that's pretty much it. And it's quite important for you to let it cycle, so let it run its course, make sure that beneficial bacteria builds up, and then you should be good to put some liveys in it, and they should keep quite long. I'll send an update, probably linked in the comments, of how long they eventually lasted. I'm pretty sure I'll use them before they die. So yeah, fantastic. Enjoy it, eh? Yep.